In this video, I'm going to be explaining to you guys how I made this halter neck pattern. If you're interested in this video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. But first, let me start by introducing myself. Hi, my name is Lillian of Lillian Fashion Lounge, and in this channel, I talk about anything fashion, pattern, tutorials and many more. And welcome to my channel. So let's get started. Now the first thing you're going to be doing is to draft your basic bodice. I'm going to be inserting a video of a tutorial of the basic bodice I made, so you guys can watch and learn from that video. Now after doing that, I went ahead to measure 1.5 inches from my basic neckline. Then after doing that, I went ahead to connect my lines. Now you can decide to use your basic neckline, but if you don't want to use your basic neckline, you can decide to alterate it and come lower a little if you are not comfortable with using your basic neckline. If you don't want it to be too close to your neckline, but I want mine to be close to my neckline. That was the reason why I went ahead with my basic neckline. If you decide to use if you don't want to use your basic neckline, you can decide to come down by 1 inch first before going ahead with measuring your halter neckline. So after doing that, I went ahead to measure 3 inches from my center front and connected it to the neckline. Then we all know that an halter neck does not have any sleeve, so it is going to be a sleeveless armhole. So that is the reason why I'm reducing my armhole and coming up by 1 inch. Then after coming up by 1 inch around the side of my pattern of my armhole, I will connect it with my French curve. So after doing that, the next thing I'm going to be doing is to draw out my style line. Now the style line I'm trying to draw is the halter neck style line, so which is from the 1.5 inch that we came down by to the armhole, the sleeveless armhole that we drew. So after doing that, I'm going to go here. I'm trying to divide my armhole to get the middle of my armhole. So from my bust point, I'm going to be drawing a line to determine my mid armhole. Now after doing that, I'm also going to go ahead and draw my I'm going to draw a line from my bust point to my shoulder tip. Now these are called contour guide. Here I'm trying to contour my style line. Now what does contour mean? Contouring means I'm trying to give my style line shape, because this is a flat pattern, so I'm trying to give it a little bit of shape to avoid gaping. So after drawing out these lines, the next thing I'm going to be doing is to measure out my contour from from the contour guide, I'm going to be measuring 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to be connecting them with a ruler. Now, when I'm sure, I'm going to go ahead to fold my pattern to make sure that I'm going to fold my pattern to make sure that the lines are connecting, they are all in sync. So here the lines were not in sync because of the shape of my style line. So I'm going to go ahead and use my French curve to connect, to draw another line, a more straighter line. So the former line I drew will not be useful anymore. So I'm going to be using the new line as my new style line. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to connect my bust point to my darts, and that is because I'm trying to transfer the dart I created to the waist. So I'm going to go ahead and label my neckline. Now this is because we're going to be cutting out the neck. That's 1.5 inches that we measured. We're going to be cutting it out. So it is very important to label the pattern so that you're not going to make mistakes. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the back. I'll measure 1.5 inches from my neckline, then I'll draw out my neckline. Then I'm also going to be transferring I'm also going to be continue with the process with the same thing I did for the front. How I came in by 3 inches. I also do the same thing here and mark everything with my marker. So the only thing I'm not doing for the back is the contouring, and that is because the shape of the back is straight, not like the shape of the front with our bust and everything that is going on at the front. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out everything and also label too. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer the darts I created to my waist dart. Now by doing that, I'm going to be opening up my darts. Then I'll also be cutting open my dart, the dart I created for the contour. Then I'll be closing up the dart. Don't forget that we're also going to close it up. We already closed it up as initially, but this time around I'll be cutting open the dart, then closing it with my paper tape. Then after doing that, it will automatically transfer to the waist. So after cutting out my pattern, the next thing I'm going to do is to join my neckline. I'm going to be joining them together. So we are just going to join them at the shoulder to shoulder, and I'll be using my paper tape to connect it together. I'm going to be explaining the rest of the sewing part of this pattern in the next video. So see you guys in the next one. Bye.